What is going on, everybody? Heathen here, and we are back with the Dark Souls walkthrough. Now, before we continue on into the Catacombs, we want to go down to Andre and do something first that's going to make this area considerably easier. There are skeletons throughout this area that are being resurrected by necromancers, and if you don't want them to resurrect, you can upgrade a weapon and change it into a holy weapon, and it will kill them outright. You won't have to worry about the necromancers bringing them back. So I think I'm going to do that with the Zweihander. Pump this up to, I think it's +5. And we can go to modify weapon, and we can make a holy with a green titanite shard up to Zweihander into a divine Zweihander. And then if you want, you can go back and pump it up some more. We'll go ahead and do one more. That's about all we can afford right now. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on. So we have that ready to go. We can go ahead and port back to Firelink Shrine so we can make our way down through the Catacombs. You can see to our left there are these red skulls. Once they reach you, they'll make a sound and they'll try to explode. So we want to not be part of that if we can at all. They're pretty strong. They're pretty easy to avoid, though. Drop down. There's a ladder right there if you want to use it. I just kind of fell right down. Way through the skeletons. Now, you don't have to use this Zweihander. You can upgrade just about any weapon, any standard weapon you want. Any kind of mace-style weapon is really good. Anything you can swing in tight corridors is really good. I like the Zweihander just because it's big beef strength weapon, and it does a lot of damage. But just kind of pick whatever your preference is. And normally those skeletons would have been resurrecting, coming back to life every time we killed them, until you kill this necromancer here, and then they will cease to revive if you're using a standard weapon. Obviously, since we have a divine weapon, no issues there. We'll push this and lower the wall behind us. I'm going to go ahead and kindle this bonfire up. So we can have 10 heals just in case we die down in here. Some of these statues will shoot spikes out at you. You just kind of want to watch out for those. First thing you want to do is take out our bow and pop this necromancer right here. Our poison arrows, it shouldn't take too much before he's poisoned. And let the poison take care of the rest there. He runs off and hides back there. Much easier to kill him now, and our skeletons won't be respawning if you're using a standard weapon. I believe there are 5 necromancers in total. Once you kill all of them, you'll be rewarded with a skull lantern, which will help us in the next area being able to see because it's pitch black. So you'll know once you've killed all those necromancers when that reward pops up on your screen. Whoop! Don't want to go too far. Oop, he's dead. Okay. Just want to make our way through here, killing these guys. Gonna be a few little rooms. We're gonna stop in, grab some items. This room here. A nice little pokey spear. Right back here for Sullivan Name a Soldier. This drops down right to where we walked in front of earlier, right at the beginning. Oh, well, I guess I'll show you the way back around, just in case you fall too. It's right back out here. I'm gonna go this way, and you can see our bridge is turned. We want to go straight past all these red explodey heads. And I just like to run past the skeletons at first as well. So what we want is right here. This will switch the bridge over. Go right down here to the end of this hall. Soul item. We could pull these skeletons over, but I like to just run past them and try to... There's the pokey spikes from the statues. I like to try and run past them and pancake this necromancer, because he's going to be shooting spells at us the whole time if we don't get over here and kill him. Those guys do not respawn, so you just have to kill them once and then they're gone. Oh, he dropped Skull Lantern. That's interesting. We might get 2. I think that was a random drop. I've never seen that happen before. There is a drop down. We'll be going in one of those little graves here in just a second, but first we want to go up around this way. Have our Soul of Proud Knight. Take a little poke. Go down this way. This will be a drop down we return to. We've got another necromancer here. Check him out. And I'm not sure where that skeleton went. He might sneak up on us in a second. There, I think he just died. This for another bridge. And we can, like I said, we can drop down here. We will be dropping down here in just a little bit. We want to do this last, because this is the last thing I like to do before we go to the boss. Heal on up, and this is a little trap room. Now, if you go in this room first and you didn't have a holy weapon, all these guys would be chasing you and respawning every time you fought them. It's kind of a real pain to deal with. So, if you want to go kill that necromancer first, come back here. If you skip the holy weapon, you get Soul of a Proud Knight. We'll be going through that door in just a minute. We're gonna backtrack. Drop right through this hole here. I'm going to go ahead and switch back to my Black Knight Greatsword for just a minute, because we got a couple of crystal lizards up here. There's a trick you can use with the crystal lizards if you miss them. I'm about to show you that. That's the first time I've ever gotten both. If you did miss a crystal lizard, you can quit out of the game and come back. That will reset the world state, and they'll be right where they spawned in the first place. So you can go ahead and just smack them from there. So reset every time you need to, and that works with just about every crystal lizard in the game. If you miss it, just stand right on top of it, load it in, and he'll be back where he belongs. And we are right back to where we found that soul item and flipped the bridge over. Not that way. I want to go out this way. And that is a little bit of a shortcut we can jump to. I think it's more dangerous than it's worth to ever use that shortcut. But we'll be flipping that bridge over here in just a second. Now, there are a few things that can happen up here. First thing we want to do is hit this visible wall. We'll grab us a bonfire. Feel free to rest and kindle that bonfire if you need to. Climb up here. Now, this might be the first time you meet Patches. It depends on whether you've talked to the Holy Lady kneeling in Firelink Shrine. If you talked to her before you came here, Patches will not be here. If you didn't talk to her, just left her alone, he'll be standing up here, and he will trick you with the bridge. So, he'll be standing in front of it, and when you try to go across the bridge, he'll flip it and try to kill you. So, you just want to watch out for that. He will try to gank you. But if you talk to the Holy Lady first, he'll have already moved on and won't be here to trick you. We can get one more item before we go. That's where the shortcut leads out to. We can just roll down here. Grab our great scythe. You can drop down here for a little shortcut that skips quite a few skeletons. But if you didn't do that, we can pop right around. Go on up this way. Get my bearings straight here. Well, right around to here, and this is the bridge we just flipped. Hello, skeleton. Drop on down on these guys. Now we'll see a big, huge skeleton up here in just a second. He's going to drop from the roof, I believe. There he is. A little late. But he's not really much stronger health-wise than the others. But we're grabbing a very, very important ring here. This is Darkmoon Seance Ring. We'll use that ring to fight an extra boss we weren't able to fight when we were in Anor Londo. We'll probably be taking care of that next episode. Now we want to pop in this hole here. There is a necromancer right up ahead we want to take care of. Get revenge on the guy who was shooting arrows at us. Get Tranquil Walk of Peace. And we drop right back down to the beginning area. We can just backtrack right along. I prefer to just go take the long way. Another great chance to stop and rest at that bonfire if you need. Now, I'm not sure where they are. Normally there's 3 skeletons here. Did we already kill those? I'm not sure. Normally there's 3 skeletons, like a gang squad of skeletons here. I'm not sure where they are. Hop down this way, and there is a Titanite demon at the end of this hall we want to take care of. I'm going to switch back to my Black Knight Greatsword for that. Some Demon Titanite. And some Eyes of Death. Now this is a quirky little thing they put in here. I think it's pretty cool. We can nestle in this coffin, and if we wait here for about, I don't know, 15-20 seconds, we'll get taken down to the boss area below the Tomb of the Giants, which we're heading to right now. We will be able to enter a covenant with Nito, and he'll give us a very, very cool sword. So we're going to go ahead and take this down and take advantage of that. If we wander over here, we can see Nito hanging out. We can pray to him, enter covenant. This is the Grave Lord's Covenant, pretty popular covenant on this this game. We get the Gravelord Sword and the Miracle Gravelord Sword Dance, and the Sword Dance is not that great, but the sword is pretty awesome. So give that a shot if that's your thing. I think it's pretty neat. Can get back in the coffin and go back up. Skip those cutscenes. Here for a soul item now. Usually there is a couple skeletons who come up after us, so I'm going to wait for them. See if they come. Yep, there they go. Doesn't look like the other guy's coming. There he goes, of course, when I get on the ladder. Watch out for those. Those will break away and lead down to a Black Knight. We don't want to quite go down there yet. We'll be taking that way here in just a second. Got 2 skeletons and a necromancer at the end of this hallway. Wait for them to shoot their arrows. And go and pancake everybody down here. Take him out. And I guess they give you the Skull Lantern randomly. I thought that you only got it once you had killed all of them, but it looks like you get that randomly from one of the 5. We want to go ahead and backtrack up this way. We don't want to go through that hall yet. You got an alternate route that leads back up the same direction. Go ahead and drop on down here. Ooh, big old Black Knight. Ready to hurt us. There we go. We got the backstab. Should have changed to Black Knight Greatsword before this, so we were doing more damage. There we go. Goodness. Alright, we've got quite a few bone wheels down here that we want to lure over to the edge first. They'll come over this way. There they go. So we want to try and group them all here. As many as we can, and then drop down on them. This will take care of a lot of the threat. We got a couple more over this way. We'll let them run into the wall and then take them down. Uh-oh. That was close. We'll make it back to this one in time. Oh, goodness. Oh, well, we'll be coming back down here in just a second. We want to head up this way because we're going to drop down and grab those items over there. So this leads back right where we killed the Necromancer, where we backtracked. Uh-oh. They made it easy for us. Actually, now that all the necromancers are dead, we can go ahead and just switch back to our big bad sword. Go right over here, and you can see a drop down right over here. Go ahead and just drop onto that. We'll take quite a bit of damage, but we can heal on up. Walk right off the edge. Get the pre-sat and mace. And that is the direction of the boss, but we're going to go ahead and bone back and do one more thing before we move on. There is a blacksmith in this area. Go ahead and kindle this bonfire so we have 10 heals if we die and come back here. And not quite enough. Let's see if we can pop a level really quick. Finally have the 32 strength to one hand the Black Knight Greatsword. Go ahead and roll down here. So we're back to our drop off. We want to aim for that item right there. So it could take a few tries, but if we step about right here and roll off, land on our ledge, green titanite, and we can drop down the rest of the way. Get a nice little cutscene.
Gone with you. You spoil my focus.
Got ourselves a bonfire here. Much easier bonfire for this boss run back. Not that you'll probably need it, but we can go and talk to our friend here.
An ember? Forget what has gone wrong with ember.
Telling us, yes, he doesn't deal with these kind of embers, so it's probably one for the giant blacksmith in Anor Londo, but he sells homeward bones, titanite shards, all kinds of arrows, so, and he takes certain embers that the other blacksmiths will not take, so, if you have an ember that neither of them will take, check with this guy, he is pretty useful. So we can go down here and rest on up. Kindle this bonfire so we have our 10 heals. Not that we'll need them for this boss. This is probably the easiest boss in the game. You just go up and whack him a few times with a decent weapon and he will be dead. But he gives us one of the best rewards, I think. We just have to watch out for all the bone wheels, which are going to be down here. There they go. They will follow us all the way down here. We'll take one out at least. Oh god, they're the worst. They will trap you down here, so just be careful. They're very, very annoying. They tried. You do take a decent amount of fall damage, but I don't think it's worth healing. You can just run right for the boss afterwards and start hacking away. He'll multiply himself, just ignore those guys, go straight for him, See, we did ridiculous amounts of damage. And down goes poor Pinwheel. We get the Rite of Kindling. We are able to get 2 more kindles out of bonfires now. I can go up to 20 heals, which is an absurd amount, and he drops Mask of the Father, Mask of the Child, or Mask of the Mother. Mask of the Father is what we wanted. That one increases our stamina. I think that's the best of the bunch. Plus, we can do Giant Dad builds, so... but we're going to go ahead and head on up here. There is one little bonfire we want to get before we wrap this up. It is a portable bonfire, so if you want to come back here easy style when we actually go back to this area, because we're going to be taking a little break from this area, doing a few other things first, we'll want to grab this bonfire so we can just port back here easy. So let's get our skull lantern. This place is pitch black. Sure we can roll. If you use left bumper, you'll just like a blocking with a shield. Let's see, we can shine our area up. This leads right back to right before Pinwheel's boss door. So if you need to go back to Catacombs, that is the way. Heal ourselves up. There are just giant skeletons here. It's a little terrifying. So you can see their eyes before you see them. That's what you want to look out for. But we just want to go on across here. See our first skeleton. You see the glow of their eyes before you actually see them. And they fall to pieces just like the other skeletons. We go out on the corner here, we can see a few items below. Gotta do a little drop down. Drop here. Drop here. Kind of get a lay of the area here. We can take this little ladder up and grab this item to the right of us. Go on around this way. Grab that item that was staring at us before. Down for some Eyes of Death. Now we want to stick to the right here and slide down. It's a little scary. And we will drop down again. I like to just try and take him out. I missed him that time. There's a few of them over here. Oof, that might have killed me if that would have hit me. Lantern, there's the ladder we could have come down, and we want to just roll on down here. Is there anything over this way? See, somebody's shooting at us. We're gonna ignore them for now. Just go this way through here. Right over to this ladder. Mr. Patches is behind us. I wouldn't suggest talking to him right now. We will be coming back to this area soon. So we can light our bonfire. And like I said, this is a bonfire you can port to. So it makes it much easier to come back to this area than having to go all the way through Catacombs again. I just like to get it taken care of now. We can go ahead and, let's say, pump our endurance up to 35. And that is going to wrap this episode up today, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.